Okay, we'll start off in a little child's pose. Okay, as usual, one of my favorite places to start out. So come on down, take your time, especially if it's been a while since you've practiced. You can take your knees wide. Sometimes that helps. If you feel like your low back is kind of resisting this posture, go ahead and widen your knees up and just allow yourself to sink easily into the floor. And we're just going to warm this breath up. We're just going to start taking big inhales, filling up the lungs, filling up the whole torso with breath. Big exhales, emptying the lungs, squeezing the belly muscles up and in. Nice big sound in your ears. All right, allow that breath to move through your nose as much as you can. And we want to feel for the shoulders kind of letting go. We want to feel for the low back kind of spreading open gently, the hips as well. And as you continue to breathe deeply, notice, if you will, how we get this really wonderful detoxification benefits from deep breathing. Because as you inhale deeply, your diaphragm presses down on all your organs, right? Compresses them from the diaphragm down towards your hips. And as you exhale deeply, your belly muscles press up and in towards your spine. And so your organs get compressed from the middle. So it's really kind of squishing and massaging your organs, really wonderful detoxification, just breathing deeply. So powerful. So let's get to moving a little bit here, okay? Start to stretch your fingers out away from your hips, making your arms really long. And we want to keep the soft, long neck here as much as we can. So keep that neck long with the shoulders moving away from the ears. We want to ground down into the left hand here. And then pick your right shoulder up. Pick your right hand up. Go ahead and reach that right hand for the ceiling. And take a moment here. Make a big stretch between your hands. You can lift your chest up as much as you like. You can look anywhere that feels natural. Take a couple breaths with this big stretch between your hands. Maybe one more. And then bring that right hand back around front. Let's switch sides. Pressing that right hand down, let's stretch the left arm up. Big breath here as we twist open the spine. How about one more? And let's bring the left hand down. Now let's see if we can move breath by breath here. Okay, inhaling right hand up, stretching that arm high. Exhaling right hand down. Other side, inhaling left hand up. Exhaling left hand down. Okay, now let's just take it side to side like that. I want you to just move at your own natural pace of your breath. Gently twisting and opening up your upper body. Maybe 3 more on each side. Just moving nice and easy, nice and slow. How about 2 more on each side? Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. and exhale. One more on each side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right. Okay, from here, let's pull it up to hands and knees. So pull yourself up. Nice tabletop position here. And we want to get some cat-cows going here, but I want to combine it with something a little different in the lower body. So I'm going to turn slightly to show you what I mean. So from your typical tabletop position, we're going to take the right leg out to the right. And I want you to just think of sending it straight out to the side, okay? So if you're on your mat, long ways, your right leg goes straight out. So from there, we want to feel a gentle stretch on the inner side, the inner right thigh, yeah? And we'll do our cat-cows like this. Let's see how it goes. Okay, with your inhale, pull back on your hands, pull that heart forward. With your exhales, push the floor away, round that spine, lift your belly, maybe shake your head out. Let's do a few more like that. Inhale, open heart. Exhale, open back. Okay, take a few more like this, just nice and gentle, waking up that beautiful spine, waking up your back muscles, your front muscles. Two more like this, inhale and exhale. Now, next time you come forward to that inhale, hold it there. Think of pulling back with your hands, moving that heart forward. And maybe, if all is going well here, we want to slide the right foot further out and get a bigger stretch on the inner thigh. You just kind of feel it out, just taking a breath or two here. And now we're going to flip it over, okay? Make that cat spine, that cat shape, round your spine, push the floor, hang your head, and keep breathing. Think of opening up the back space behind your heart. One more breath. Okay, and we'll let this one go. We're going to slide that right foot back in, drop the right knee back underneath you. Let's switch sides. So we'll take the left foot out to the left here. Okay, tabletop, everything else. And here we go. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, push the floor. Warming things up. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, I like to do this with my eyes closed just because we don't really need to see when we're doing this. And it's meditative, just to feel your spine moving. Notice, there's so many little tiny bones in there, and they're all just moving perfectly. We depend on this spine so much. Okay, next time you're in the cow spine, the open heart, moving forward spine, hold it right there. Take a few breaths. Maybe slide the left foot out a little further and deepen that inner thigh stretch if it seems like a good idea, okay? Breathing here and holding. Pulling back with your hands, big heart. One more breath. Now let's flip it around, okay? Lift the heart, round your spine, a cat spine here. Keep pushing the floor down, lift the back of the heart. Breathe. One more breath here, yogis. All right, let's bring it all back into center. Let's slide that left foot back in, drop the left knee. Okay, I'll get us off our hands and knees. Tuck your toes, lift your hips and your knees. We're gonna walk the hands back to the feet. and just take a little hang time. Okay, so maybe we take the feet kind of wide here. That sounds nice, doesn't it? Feet as wide as the mat. Let's turn the toes inward slightly and bend the knees generously. And we can sway from here, just letting that spine hang in traction. Okay, if it seems like a good idea, you can take your hands to your elbows. Making a picture frame around your head. And really get some good swaying into that low back. Gentle stretch in the back of the legs. All right, from here, release your elbows if you grabbed them. We're gonna roll up slowly. So make your feet parallel. Okay, you can turn the heels inward slightly. And we're gonna roll up here. Take your time, breathe as you stack your vertebrae. Okay, once you're all the way up, reach up. We want a slight lift in the heart here, a little teeny tiny back bend feeling. Now let's take a side bend from here. So go ahead and interlace your fingers, flip your palms up. And remember to keep your belly muscles strong in towards your spine. And we're gonna press the hands out to one side. So press them out. The hips are gonna move away from your hands. Big breath into your side body here. How about one more? You come up and in through center. Let's try the other side. Hands press out and away to the other side. Hips move away from the hands. Hold and breathe. One more breath. Bring it up and into center. Okay, release those hands. We're going to roll it all the way down. Take your time. Knees bend. Hands touch the floor. Okay, walk it forward here through hands and knees. Just a momentary plank here. Find hands underneath your shoulders. Belly lifting in towards your spine. Pushing the floor with your feet and your hands. And remember, you can always use your knees, but we're just going to take one more big breath here in your plank. Just activating that core strength. And then as you're ready, press it back to downward facing dog. Heels dropping, tailbone lifting, heart moving back towards your feet. And take some time here to just breathe. First downward facing dog of this practice. Okay, we can make it really dynamic and kind of move and wiggle it into all the different places we want to. So pedaling the heels might feel good. Sometimes I like to come up on the fingertips, make little tents out of the hands, and drop the shoulders away from the ears. You can try that out too. Okay. We're going to start to build just a really gentle little flow here today. So here we go. As you're ready, take a big breath in. We're going to lift that right leg high, just as high as you like behind you. Make sure to keep your hips nice and level. With your exhale, step that right foot forward outside your right hand. We're going to drop the back heel, so the left heel is coming down. Come on up to a warrior one. So hands together up above you, facing forward toward the front of your space. Let's just take a few breaths here in our warrior one. Okay, the front knee over the ankle, and we always want just about a nice 90-degree angle on that front leg, the right leg if we could. The back heel is down, okay, but the back toes are pointed forward-ish. Take a few more breaths here. How about 2 more breaths? Push the floor and lift your belly muscles up like you're trying to pick your hips up away from the floor. 1 more breath, maybe looking up if that feels right. As you're ready, we'll let it go. So go ahead and drop your hands underneath your shoulders. Pop up that back heel. And let's come out the way we came in. Inhale here, 3-leg dog. Sending that right leg up in the sky. And with your exhale, drop the foot, downward facing dog. Okay, nice and gentle. Here we go. Into the other side, everything the same. Inhaling here, left leg up. Okay, I like to look at my hands when I do that, get a little extension feeling in the back. And with your exhale, step the left foot forward, outside the left hand. Drop the back heel. Come on up, warrior one. Virabhadrasana, okay? Take some time. I want to take some breath here. So remember, you can always come up and extend the front knee if you need a little break. You can always drop a little lower into the front knee. Yogi's choice. Okay, but the hips and shoulders face forward. So you're doing your best to pull your left hip back and send your right hip forward. You're going to feel a lovely opening across the front of the right leg. Okay, 2 more breaths here. Let the warrior pose do its magic. Okay, push the floor with your legs. For your last breath, maybe looking up. And let's let it go, okay? Hands down under shoulders. Pop up the back heel. Inhaling here. 3-leg dog. Left leg in the sky. Maybe look at your hands while you do that. And exhale, downward facing dog. Drop that foot. Okay, now let's just take a little tiny flow before we go into the second round of that flow we're going to build. So inhaling here, heart moves forward to a plank. Remember, your plank can have your knees down or up, your choice. And with your exhale, you can walk to your hands and fold. Okay, come halfway up on your inhale, rolling your spine to look forward. You can have fingertips on the floor or on your shins. And with your exhale, hug your legs again. Forward fold. This time coming all the way up on your inhale, roll yourself up. Reach up tall. All right, exhale here, drop down into your chair squat. Now we're gonna add in a twist to this chair squat, okay? So stay nice and low with your hips. With your inhale, take your right hand behind you. I want you to reach it very far away from your left and see if you can look at it, twisting your spine. With your exhale, bring the right hand forward, back again. I want you to drop a little lower. Let's do it again on the left. Inhale, left hand reaches behind. Watch it go back. Open the hands wide. Exhale, back to center. Drop a little lower. Inhale here, stand up tall. Maybe we have a tiny lift of the heart here. Maybe look up to see your hands. And with your exhale, we're going to fold it all the way back down. Nice and slow. Halfway up on your inhale, again, rolling to look forward. Big fold on your exhale. Palms are down. Inhaling here, step it back to your plank with or without your knees down. With your exhale, we're going to lower it to the floor. Nice and slow. Keep your elbows squeezing in for a cobra. Okay, press the tops of your feet down. With your inhale, pull your heart forward. Remember to squeeze those elbows back and in. And with your exhale, I'll meet you back in a downward facing dog. So you can come up with your knees or without. Back to downward facing dog. Walk it up. All right. So let's go back to that little warrior one we just practiced, and we'll add something to it. All right, inhaling here, right leg in the sky, 3-leg dog. Exhale here, right foot steps outside right hand. Drop the back heel. Inhaling here, warrior one, facing forward, hands up. Now let's add a twist, okay? Bring the hands together by your heart. Put a little push between them, nice and strength. Now we're gonna take the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, okay? And if this seems too balancy or too challenging, you can always drop the back knee and just take it from there, okay? So your choice, but breathing here wherever you are. Remember, hands to heart, heart to hands. Drop your hips and lengthen your spine. Nice big breath. Let's take 2 more, okay? Really inflating the lungs. Moving the shoulders away from your ears. 1 more. Nice. Let's come out the way we came in. As you're ready, inhale, warrior 1. Look up, see your thumbs. Exhale, drop the hands underneath your shoulders. Back heel is up. Inhale, 3-leg dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Welcome back. Okay, let's go straight into the other side. Everything the same. Inhale here, left leg up. Exhale, step forward. Outside that left hand. Drop that back heel. Inhale, warrior 1, facing forward. Now we add our twist, okay? Hands together by your heart. Keep breathing. Put a little push between them. Feel your strength. This time, right elbow to the outside of the left knee. So you're going to push the knee and the elbow against each other and look to the left. If you need to drop the back knee, go ahead and do that. Same benefits, okay? Breathe deeply here. Long spine. Long neck. Pressing the floor with your lower body. Breathing deeply into the upper body. 1 more big, beautiful breath here, please, yogis. And let's let it go. Let's come out the way we came in, okay? Inhale, warrior 1, see your thumbs. Exhale, all the hands down. Pop the back heel up. Inhale, 3-leg dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. We made it back, okay? Let's go back into that same little vinyasa that we did before. It should be very familiar. Inhaling here, find your plank. Exhaling here, to your hands, fold. Halfway up on your inhale, put some weight in your toes and your heels. And exhale, fold again, push the floor. Roll it all the way up with your inhale. Look up here, maybe see your thumbs. And exhale down into your chair squat. Okay, so we're gonna add that same little twist that we did before. Here we go. Inhaling here, right hand back. Open the arms wide, twist to see your hand. Exhale back to center, drop a little lower. Inhale, left hand back. Weight in your heels, look at your hand. Exhale back to center, drop a little lower. Inhale, stand it up, see those thumbs. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Palms are down. Inhale to your plank. Exhale to the floor. Squeeze those elbows in. Press the tops of the feet down. Inhale, heart moves forward for cobra. Pick it up. Exhale. Downward facing dog. I'll meet you there. Okay. Walk it out in your heels. Okay, starting to maybe feel a little bit of warmth in your body. Okay, always taking it easy and listening to your instincts. If you ever feel like you need to take a break, please do. Okay, always listen to that little inner yogi guiding you. Just want to take a few more breaths here in downward facing dog. Think about pushing the floor away Drawing the elbows inward so that the shoulders just slide down your back. Okay, as we're ready, we're going back into our flow and we'll add something onto it. So here we go with the right leg. Inhale, right leg in the sky. 3-leg dog. Exhale that right foot forward. Drop it outside your right hand. Drop the back heel. Inhale, warrior 1. Look up to see your thumbs. Exhale into the twist. Hands by your heart. Left elbow to the outer right knee. Now here, we're going to spin, okay, the upper body all the way up and around to a warrior 2. So open your arms wide, spin yourself over to warrior 2, facing out to the left. And I will spin around to face you here, okay? But we are in the same posture. So warrior 2, here we are. Just want to take a few breaths. So remember your options. You can always extend the front knee if you need a little break. Okay, sometimes warrior 2 can be a bit much if we hold it. So always extend if you need a break, but do your best to drop into that front knee. 90 degrees is what we're looking for. The back toes point forward-ish, the left toes. Okay, drop the shoulders down the back. Warrior 2. One more big breath here. Okay, as you're ready, we're gonna let it go. Dropping those hands underneath your shoulders, inside that right foot. Pop up the back heel. Inhale, 3-leg dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, straight into the other side. Inhale here, left leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Drop that back heel. Inhale, warrior 1. See your thumbs. Exhale, twist it. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Now we're coming up to that warrior 2 here. So as you're ready, big breath in. Open your arms wide. Spin yourself to warrior 2, facing out to the right. So I'll spin around to face you again. We are still in the same posture though. So hips and shoulders now facing to the right. Nice 90-degree bend in that front knee. Shoulders over hips. Breathing here. Drop the shoulders. Making sure that front knee points over the toes, not inward toward the big toe. One more breath here, warrior 2. As you're ready, let it go. Drop those hands inside the left foot. Pop up that back heel. Inhale, 3 legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, let's go back to our little vinyasa. Inhaling here for your plank. Exhale, walk to your hands and fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold on your exhale. Inhale, roll yourself up. Okay, get ready for your chair squat. Exhale here, down into your chair squat. Inhale, right hand back, twist, open the arms wide. Exhale, back to center and lower. Inhale, left hand reaches back, twist. Exhale, center and lower. All the way up here, inhale, see your thumbs. And exhale to fold it down. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Palms are down here. Inhale, back to your plank. And exhale to the floor. Squeeze those elbows in. Inhale for your cobra. Press the tops of your feet down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk it out here. We'll just have one more thing that I want to add to our little warrior flow. Okay. Here we go. Inhaling here, right leg up, 3-leg dog. Exhale, right foot forward, outside the right hand. Drop the back heel. Inhale, warrior one, facing forward, see your thumbs. Exhale to the twist. Left elbow outside the right knee, just for a breath. Inhale, spin it open to warrior two, facing the left. Okay, exhale here. Drop that right elbow to the right knee and get that left hand up. We're going to take some breath here in an extended side angle, and I'll spin around and face you again. Okay, so I want you to really press the floor here. Find a lot of length in that left side, okay? If it's amenable and it's fun, feels good, you can take the right fingers to the ground inside that right foot, but you don't have to. You could also put a block there if you're someone who likes to use a block in your practice. But whatever feels nice here, just a few more breaths. Drop the right hip nice and low. Get some good warmth in that hip. 3 breaths. 2. Let's let it go on 1. Drop those hands underneath your shoulders. Pop up the back heel. Inhale, 3-leg dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Straight into the other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step forward. Drop the back heel. Inhale, warrior one. See the thumbs. Exhale to the twist. Right elbow outside left knee. Inhale, warrior two. Cartwheel, spin it open to the right. Exhale, left elbow to left knee. Right arm up. Extended side angle. Okay. Here we are. Breathe. So I want you to do your best to drop the hips, okay? You can always extend that left knee, the bending knee if you need to, but I want you to drop as low as you can and push the floor. Make sure the left knee is over the ankle, okay? Breathe. Do you feel the hip getting warm? It's good work, and that's why we came. Okay, maybe we take the left fingers to the floor, but we don't have to. Block, whatever works. 3 more breaths. Maybe close your eyes, challenge your balance a little bit. 2 more breaths. Last one. Let's let it go, okay? Drop those hands underneath your shoulders. Pop up the back heel. Inhale, 3-leg. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, vinyasa. Inhaling for your plank. Exhaling to your hands and fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. All the way up, inhale, roll yourself up. See your thumbs. One last time, exhale down into your chair squat. Inhale to twist, look behind at the right hand. Exhale, back to center and lower. Other side, inhale. And exhale, lower. Inhale, stand tall, see your thumbs. And exhale, fold it all the way down. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold on the exhale. Palms are down. Inhale to your plank. Exhale to the floor. Inhale for one little cobra here, peeling that heart open. And exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. So we're going to say goodbye to that warrior flow that we just cultivated. And we're going to get a little bit more stretchy here. So from your downward facing dog, take a big breath in, right leg up. Exhale here, step that right foot forward, and go ahead and drop the back knee. All right, so cultivating a nice, easy little low lunge here, just nice and easy. We have the front knee over the front ankle, and we have the back knee and the front foot gently pressing into the floor. So we have a little resistance, a little floor push, okay? And as you feel ready, as it feels okay, you're gonna use that right knee to press yourself up, okay, to a nice little low lunge. So from here, start to get your bearings, okay, make sure that the spine is nice and long. And we're gonna take kind of a deeper variation on that little twist that we did in our warrior pose. So hands together here, I want you to get a little press against yourself. Really push into your own hands. I want you to feel your triceps engaged, your biceps, your chest. And let's take that left elbow to the outside of the right knee. So nice deep breathing here in our deep twist. If you need a less of an intense twist here, you could always opt to take the left hand to the floor and the right hand to the right knee, giving yourself a little space between your body and your knee. And that's a nice gentle option. So feel free to mix that in. Okay, deeper twist, elbow on the knee. Yogi's choice. Either way, long spine, please. Shoulders away from the ears, please. Heart and hands together, please. And breathe. 3 more breaths here. Long spine, inhale. Strong belly muscles, exhale. It's time to let it go, okay? As you're ready, drop those hands underneath your shoulders. And because we're here in this lunge, we might as well kind of sink into it. So let's take this left foot, sorry, this is a right foot in front. Let's take the right foot in front and walk it a little further out to the right. You can even take it all the way off your mat if you like. We're going to turn the toes out to the right. So we're creating kind of a big external rotation in that right hip. And you decide how much you want to externally rotate it, okay? Definitely a very personal thing, okay? You can make it a little or a lot. And then once you're ready to kind of sink into that, you can just be right here up on your hands. You can even put blocks if you want to, or you can choose to come down to your elbows. We're going to take some time here in your little lizard lunge, breathing deeply. Let the head hang perhaps, but keep the neck long, please. Okay, breathing deeply into the low back, into the right hip. Just kind of honoring any sensations that get stirred up by your practice. If you feel pain, you know to back up. If you feel intensity, ask yourself if it's good intensity and you can breathe through it, or if it's too much. How about one more lovely breath here in your lizard lunge? Okay, it's time to extract ourselves. So we're going to come up on our hands. If you were down on your elbows, just come back up on your hands. I just want to go one more place here because we're already here. we're really well set up for a nice little pigeon pose. So we're going to want to pick the right hand up to get it out of the way. Okay. Shimmy that right foot over to the left, then drop the right knee and start to prepare to get into your pigeon pose. Now, of course, if pigeon pose is not comfortable for your hips or your knees in any way, you can substitute a figure 4 here by rolling onto your back, okay, and taking your left knee towards you with your right heel hooked on your left knee. So this would be a more gentle alternative to the pigeon with your leg on the floor. So just keep those options available for yourself. Okay, once you're in your pigeon, your hips are level with the floor. Double check that, okay? Double check to make sure the top of the back foot is on the floor, so you're internally rotating the left hip. Then you want to fold and recline your upper body all the way down. You can come down with your forehead if you like. Nice breath here. Remember to gently resist the floor at all times. How about one more big breath here in your reclining pigeon, or if you're on your back in your figure 4. A lot of sensations in that right hip, maybe. We just roll with it. Just accept it all. Okay, yogis, extract yourself slowly. You have tons of time and there's no rush. But start to make your way out. We'll meet back in a downward facing dog. So if you're in a figure 4, your path will be a little different. But if you're in a pigeon, you can tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and try to expand that right leg out. It should feel so good to reach it out away from you. Okay, and then go ahead and drop that right foot, downward facing dog. Welcome back. Okay, this would be a really nice place, I think, just to notice if the right hip feels any different from the left, because we just did some lovely work in there, and now we're about to even things out. So here we go. Inhale, link your left leg up in the sky. Exhaling, left foot steps forward outside the left hand. Drop the back knee. Okay, get comfortable in your low lunge. You can come up on your fingertips if you like. That'll give you more space. And take your time pushing the floor away with both legs. Just enough. It doesn't have to be a lot to be effective. Okay, once you feel comfortable in your lunge, use the left knee to press up. Okay, take your time. We want length in the spine. We want strength in the lower belly so that the low back doesn't overly extend. Okay, that wouldn't be helpful. Okay, so strong belly muscles. And then we have our twist. So palms together, push, little push, right elbow to the outer left knee, and they hook on each other. So gentle option would be right hand on the floor underneath the right shoulder, looking over the left knee. More space between you and your knee, okay? Either way, nice breath, long spine, shoulders low away from the ears. Expansive inhales, strong exhales. Remember, wherever you are, to keep gentle resistance against the floor. How about one more lovely breath here in your twist? Lengthening spine on the inhale. strong belly muscles on the exhale. As you're ready, we're going to let it go. Drop those hands underneath your shoulders. And get ready for your lizard lunge. So we're going to shimmy this left foot over to the left. We're going to spin on the heel, turn the toes to the left. Okay, and start to kind of sink and find what you want your lizard lunge to feel like. So just kind of modify it to suit you. And then you can stay on your hands. You can come to your elbows. Yogi's choice moment here. But do breathe deeply, please. And do push the floor with both your legs. One thing you'll notice is really tempting here to drop your right hip and lift your left. But I want you to try to keep them level if you could. Just do your best. And remember to breathe. And keep a long neck. And sensations in that left hip. Maybe the front of the right hip. Who knows what we'll find on any given day. It'll be different every day, that's for sure. How about one more lovely breath here in our lizard lunge. Right, it's time for us to extract. So take your time coming up on your hands if you were on your elbows. Transitioning into the pigeon pose. So we need to pick up the left hand to shimmy this left foot over to the right. Drop that left knee. So if you wanted to modify here and do a figure 4, you'd roll onto your back. You'd put the left knee on the right. You'd put the left ankle on the right knee. And you'd pull that right knee towards you gently with your hands. So figure 4 as a gentle modification. Pigeon if all is well. Okay, take your time getting there. Make sure the hips are level with the floor in your pigeon. Make sure the top of the back foot, your little flipper, is on the floor. And then when you're ready, keep a gentle resistance against the floor. So activate your legs. We're going to fold and recline. Breathing here. Notice the left outer hip, the right inner hip, maybe into the low back. You're feeling some release. And pigeon is such a great posture to let go of tension all around the hips and the low back. One more breath here, wherever you are. Okay, it's time to very slowly extract yourself. Okay, we will meet in a 3-leg dog, expanding that left leg up into the air. Decompress that hip joint, decompress the knee. And then let it go as you're ready. Back to downward facing dog. Okay. This will be our last downward facing dog of this practice. So just notice how it feels for a moment or two. Should feel really different than the first one we did. As you're ready, drop on down to your knees. We're going to sit the hips to one side, kick the feet to the other, and flip it over to a seat. Okay, take your hands behind your knees and pop those feet up off the floor. Unless you want to leave them down, that's totally up to you. But just a momentary boat here, just to activate your core a little bit. Okay, a little treat at the end of our practice. Now, if you could let go of your knees, then try that. Okay, if you could extend your knees, try that as well. But you have a range of options for boat pose at your disposal. So we're going to move your little boat around. We're going to rock your boat. So from your boat with your low back off the floor, see if you could roll your low back down to the floor. Take a breath or two here. Just notice how it feels. Your shoulder blades are lifted. Okay, you're trying to lift your rib cage up and just let your lower back be down. Now see if you could roll it back up to your regular boat. Okay, now we're going to try to move between those two. We'll just do 3 rounds, a little bit of core work, just a little treat. So let's try it again. Inhale to your lower back. We call this a half boat. Exhale up to your boat. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. Drop your feet. Let's roll it all the way down to the floor. Okay, just a little final twist to recalibrate the spine after all the things that we did today. So let's take cactus arms. We'll cross the right leg over the left. Okay, and we'll just drop the knees to the left. Look to the right. Nice big breath here. You can close your eyes. Think of pressing your shoulder blades down and lifting your heart. And how about one more lovely breath here in your twist? And then let's bring those knees through center and just switch the crossing. So right foot on the floor, left knee crosses over. Let's drop those knees to the right and look to the left. And then deep breath here. One more breath in your twist, cooling your body. Bringing everything back to soft, easy, kind of a homeostasis. Let's bring the legs back in. Left foot back on the floor. You can slide your arms and legs out long and floppy. Here in your Shavasana, take your rest. Let all of your arms and all of your legs and all of your parts just be easy and soft. Release control of your breath. No longer harnessing the breath energy, just letting it be very natural. Notice your natural pace. Let your whole body relax here. As you notice the moment unfolding, let all of your senses give you information about what is happening right now. Please rest this way as long as you can. Of course, the longer the better. This is where I'll leave you today for our practice. Thanks so much.